Hey, what is going on, everybody? Ryan Leary, William Tinkup here with the BARF. Thank you all for joining. This is a look back at the week that was, so you could be prepared for the week that is. Mr. William, how are you today?
I am doing wonderful. It's a beautiful Sunday in Arlington,
Hmm.
Texas.
Nothing is ever beautiful in Dallas. You're not in Dallas though. I always
No, I'm
think
not in Dallas.
when
I'm
when
in
people say Dallas, I'm like, oh, it's Dallas, and then I
yeah.
look at it on a map and it's bigger than half the country.
Dallas County is not that big.
Hmm.
Tarrant County, which is where Fort Worth and Arlington
Uh,
is massive. It
Like
actually goes
Texas.
across.
People say
Oh,
Texas, I think Dallas. I don't think Houston and
yeah.
Arlington. It takes you like 93 hours to get to
Oh,
one
yeah.
spot.
No. You take Texas and put it on top of Europe, and it's continental Europe. It's the size of continental Europe.
Well, there you go. There you go. There you
Is what
go.
it is.
So we've got a I don't think
It's
it was a crazy week, but there's some good stories
There's some
to talk
great
about.
stories.
Yeah.
And let me pitch you a first one. Ready?
Kick it
San
off.
Francisco, Seattle, and New York City account for 44% of AI jobs, says CBRE. 44%.
I
Let's
I
just round it up to
I
50%.
thought you were going to ask me what they have in common.
Yeah.
I was going to say 30.
No. So this is according to staffingindustry.com. So you go check that out. But I
Uh-huh.
actually thought when I read it, I thought that Austin, because I thought a lot, I mean, I know a lot of people left California during COVID.
Hmm.
And so I thought, they went to Denver, Salt Lake, and Austin essentially. So I thought those would be higher. But then I started digging into it. They're not, I mean, they're on the list, but they don't obviously account for 44% like the others do. And it got me thinking about, those three markets, something happening in those three markets that you've just lost a lot of people that do AI. And it goes back to that thing of you never put all your eggs in one basket, or you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. We've put 44% of our AI jobs in three baskets.
Hmm.
So it's just one of those things to think of, and I hope becomes dispersed over time to where that's a little. There's LA, there's other Philadelphia, there's other places where these jobs are, but right now there's a concentration in San Francisco, Seattle, and New York City.
All right. Good for them. Bank of America. I like what Bank of America is doing here.
Okay,
So Bank of America boosts the minimum hourly wage
I
to
like hearing that.
$24. So way back in 2017, they had a minimum wage of 17, a minimum
Okay,
salary of $17 per hour, and they went on a mission to say by I think it was 2025 or something to that effect, they were going to be at $25 an hour. So this gets them really, really close. So from 2017, they originally raised it to 21 back in 2021, 22 and 22, 23 last October, and now they're at 24. So they're just one pay raise away from hitting their goal, and it'll be about a year early that they hit this, which is
right.
fantastic for them. They also are offering restricted stock bonuses to anyone in a company earning less than 500,000 per year, which is in total, an aggregate is worth about $800 million. So
Oh, it's fantastic.
yeah, so good on these guys. They're doing well. The same jobs that were at $17 an hour are now going to be $25 an hour, fresh out of school, which is
Well, Bank of
fantastic.
America is work defined bank, so we
Yep.
love that. But more than that, did you notice as you were saying it that the year matches the
It
hourly
it
rate
does. Yeah, it
in a
does. As I
way?
was saying it, I'm
It's
like
not
21,
perfect.
21, 22,
Y-
22.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hey, who cares? In 2025, if it's 2020, if it's $25,
Good for
good
them.
on them. Yeah.
I think they're going to go to 26 and just say we're gonna do one better.
Fantastic. Love it. All right, Ryan, let me tell you a little bit about thousands of layoffs in the gaming industry and
Mm.
more are coming. This is algoafm.co. This
Hmm.
is where I got the news story. It sucks. Clearly, riffs and layoffs and all that stuff I hear. I just hate all that shit. I'd rather not have it or even cover it, but
Yeah.
this is legit. But it got me as I was reading the article, it got me to think about how much AI and Gen AI has something to do with the layoffs.
Yeah.
So
In gaming,
so
I would certainly think so.
right? I mean, people are still playing games. So like, what gives? Like, okay, so it's not like gaming fell
Yeah,
off and like, oh no, kids aren't going to play games. Kids are
yeah,
playing games. Or actually, a lot of people play games, but we're laying off people that are developing. So I don't know. I just seems to think it seems to me that Gen AI, probably especially, is might be
yeah.
impacting that industry. I'd like to know more. If anybody does know more about that, that's in that industry, let us
Mm.
know because I'd like to hear if that's that's that fear of being obsolete, FOBO, right? And so it could be that. It could be other things. So
Yeah, I haven't gamed in a very. I was never a big gamer, but
yeah,
we don't really game in the house. The girls have the most advanced system we have is the Switch. Like
right,
that's it,
right.
and they play Mario. And I usually say Mario. They're like, no, it's
Yeah, yeah,
Mario. I'm like, all right,
yeah, yeah.
whatever, it's Mario. I can't keep up with it. There's too much going on. Like it's just
Both my
not a
sons
thing.
game.
Yeah.
Henry's a laptop. He's a PC gamer,
Mm-hmm.
and Van's Xbox,
Nice.
and they love it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those bits. They just grown up with it, and
Mm-hmm.
so they love it.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
let's see if we can get some information and figure it out. All right, this one is I don't think it's bad. I think
Hmm.
it's okay, right? They're
Hmm.
just coming back down to earth. So Disney, if you're familiar with the Disney
Yeah.
Aspire program, Disney is going to limit college tuition benefit, and they're cutting the master's degree program, and they're cutting the what they call the Penn Foster's program.
Hmm.
So a huge Disney fan here, but
Right.
here's my take. So the Disney Aspire program is, I mean, it's killer. It's amazing, and it's administered by Guild. So
Yep.
if you're listening and you're fans and you need some administrator to help you, go check out Guild. Shout out to those guys. So they're the administrator of Aspire. But 7 days ago, up until 7 days ago, they covered 100% tuition for in-network tuition. I'm just saying cost, books, etc.
Right.
Within their network. So the change is still expected to cover the majority, if not all, of tuition for the majority of the people that are accepted into the Aspire program. But they're going to cap it at 5250, which is the normal benefit
Right.
at companies. So it's nothing crazy. It's just not 100%. But they're going to pull that back, and they cut off their Masters and Penn Foster's program. So those are no longer included. Curious
It
as to
could.
why. I mean, it just kind
Yeah.
of feels like it's a lot of money. That's why.
It could. Well. Again, you only as a benefits manager, you only have so much money to put towards benefits, and it
Yeah.
becomes kind of a game of okay, consumption.
Yeah.
And you want people to consume. So some of this could be that people weren't using the
Yeah.
master's degree
Well, you
credits.
have to apply. There's a limited number that are
Right,
accepted at different
right.
levels and all of that. But I mean, that's a massive expense if you're
So
paying 10,000 people to go to college. That's,
my hope is that they're spending that money somewhere else,
I'm sure they are. Yeah. I'm
right? That
sure they
they
are.
just cut it as an expense, that they reallocate it to pet insurance or
Exactly.
something else that people care about.
Yeah. Pet insurance. There you go. Next story now.
I'm getting it in every episode,
Yeah,
baby.
you are.
Microsoft is increasing the diversity of its AI teams to reduce technology's potential for bias.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. I did the exact same thing. So this is BBC.com.
Yeah.
So first of all, it was a we will defund DEI in general, Microsoft, but we will increase DEI in the AI teams,
Hmm.
which makes me. Am I missing something? Like the way that they phrase this, it's like, and they have their chief diversity officer on record, like
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, we want more diversity on our AI teams
Hmm.
so that it reduces bias." Okay, but why
Yeah.
don't you want that in the rest of the
Well, they
departments?
said they were going to invest more in AI, so they're right.
Yeah, but, but just like you identify a team and say, "Okay, this
Yeah.
team we need diversity." Okay, well, what about all the other teams? It just
Yeah.
seems counterintuitive.
Hmm.
To then not. I mean, it's to say one's one important. Like I get DEI and AI and reducing bias, like all that tracks. Okay, but why wouldn't you apply that to the marketing team or to another team in the same way?
Yeah. It's
So
because this is the one that makes headlines.
that's correct. All right, let me give you another one. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, New York will,
Dirty.
yep, will require large retail employers to install panic buttons in the workplace as retail workers face heightened violence post-pandemic. I'm just gonna let that set.
Heightened violence.
Oh yeah,
I
oh
will go
yeah,
to
no,
work and get
that's
like
legit.
get beat?
Oh yeah. Well,
Like in the building or like outside the buildings?
no, in the building. They're taking all kinds of abuse. This happened back in, I mean, at the beginning of COVID, like you could see the videos and stuff that were happening. People were
Hmm.
just, they'd come in, you don't have this, and it was a thing. But I remember, okay, this is like 86 in Grand Prairie, Texas. I had a woman actually like put her hands on me about the price of broccoli. It was the funniest shit in the world now. At the time, I was like really pissed. But I got called to the service desk, and so I go up there. We have codes, so I was 106. So 106 comes to the service desk. So I went up to the service desk. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? How's everything going?" And she lit into me. She goes, "The price of broccoli. It says one thing, it scans another." I'm like, "Okay, well let's get that taken care of." And then she goes, "You need to," and she put her finger into my chest. Like, you need to. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, there's no need.
Yeah.
There's no need for that. So
We're just gonna go get you some broccoli, man.
the price of broccoli, I'm like, it's pretty easy to fix. Like, we don't
Yeah.
have to, it's people have other things going on in their minds, but
Yeah.
panic buttons. So this is what's really fascinating to me is I think they'll be installed right next to the mood buttons, the smiley faces.
Yeah.
We just put
Yeah.
the
No,
panic button,
I could.
panic
I
button
mean,
right there. Boop.
it's we're living in a world of fear
Right.
at the moment, right? And
Yeah.
cashiers.
First person shooter. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Active
mean,
shooter.
cashiers are gonna have. I mean, we've always had them,
Yep.
right? Cashiers, all bankers always had them. Gas stations had little button,
Good
boop,
point.
panic button. So I don't think this is anything new. I think now it's just gonna say, okay, New York is gonna make a statement. We have a lot of crime in New York, and we're gonna actually put this into law. We're gonna
Right.
require this for
They put it for large retailers, but
yeah,
if it works, I think especially in the active shooter
yeah,
scenarios where somebody can actually see something happening,
yeah,
hit panic button, that might get
yeah,
well, it would get the police there faster.
yeah.
Like I like all that.
But
I
how
mean,
then the problem becomes what is panic? What
right,
define panic? Define the
right.
situation where you push panic. You're going to have a lot of false alarms, and you're going to
Yep,
stress the police and the emergency units, and
agreed.
there's going to be a whole lot of stuff that comes with it. So
There's got to be some refinement.
yeah, yeah, stick to the mood buttons. A lot easier.
Smiley face.
All right, so FedEx enforced that. So FedEx is in trouble again. They enforced a 100% healed policy against their ramp transport drivers. So,
Healed?
meaning you get injured, you hurt
Ah,
your toe, whatever, you get injured, you have to leave work. You can't come back until you're deemed 100%, which is illegal. That violates the ADA Act. And so this is a clear cut.
interesting.
Yes, this is a clear cut and dry case, right? So employers cannot have a 100% healed policy. It's unlawful. It violates the ADA Act. It's just not good, right? So the EOC is taking it to them. This is not the first time they've taken something like this to FedEx, but
Right.
FedEx placed employees on leave even when they could perform the essential job functions
Oof.
of the job or
Not good.
without providing them reasonable accommodations. So,
Right.
okay, so I can't do this 100%, but with a railing I can hold on to, I can
Right.
do this 100%, right?
Right.
Like, or with maybe different types of shoes. I can that are orthotic shoes or whatever.
Yep.
I can
Yep.
stand for 8 hours. And so they weren't offering that. So they're taking it to them, and that's the claim. But 4 years ago, a little more than 4 years ago, FedEx Ground, which is not FedEx, it's a subsidiary of FedEx, which is obviously FedEx. They paid 3.3 million to settle claims that have failed to accommodate workers with hearing impairments. for similar
Yeah.
cases, right? So this is
Just
one fool me
their
once,
chief
fool me
safety
twice.
officer in risk administration. That's jacked.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
these are
yeah.
things that are fixable.
This is
Like,
now a pattern. This is just
yeah,
there's stupidity
yeah.
involved, but this is just a pattern at this point. This is like the third or fourth time. So I think they're going to get them, and at some point,
I think they're FedEx is they're it's a competitive space, right? So
sure, sure,
I think again, if we dug into DHL or if we dug into
gonna find
hell
the
the
same
US,
thing.
we'd find some of the same things. They're just cutting corners,
Yeah,
and these aren't corners that we should cut. I
no.
mean,
Well, we shouldn't cut them because this is the space we live in. To
that's right.
them, it's the opposite side. So in their minds, yeah,
It's
well,
just a
it's
cost. It's a line
yeah,
item. All right, Ryan. This one I think you'll love. PwC will soon use location data to track employees.
love it.
This is on entrepreneur.com. PwC is modifying its work policies to ensure employees spend at least 3 days per week in office starting January 1st.
Mhm.
And privacy can go to hell. Well, so of course, as I'm reading this, I'm like, will they be monitoring me at night? Like you were you were at a bar, you went to a strip club, like
Mm.
like where does this stop on the weekends? You're out fishing, like whatever, like what? So it also leads me to think about PwC, great consulting company. As we mock this bid,
Yeah,
it's what advice are they going to be giving their customers regarding RTO when they do something like this? I mean, tracking and using location data to track employees. Um, it's like Live 360 for your employees. Like I get to know
yeah.
everything about where you're going and where you've been.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, but no. So,
I
and
don't
I
like
haven't
that.
read this story,
Yeah,
but are they tracking the employees in the office to see what parts of the office they're using, where
yep,
they are, how they're
yep.
communicating, how efficiency, all
Well,
that
this is
stuff.
just location data, but yeah, well, they'd use other tools to do the
Hmm.
other stuff. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
on their computer, they can actually track all that stuff. But this is their phones.
hmm.
This is they're going to use location data. I want to see the Gen Z and millennials react to this.
See anybody react to it?
Yeah, yeah. Like
I
they're
mean,
putting it out, they're soft pedaling it out in
yeah,
September. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, we're just going to be using location data to kind of,
yeah,
see where you're at and all that stuff. Like,
yeah.
um,
Yeah. Williams in the bathroom again. Another
mm,
45 minutes. Yeah,
yeah, a lot of smoke
he's
breaks.
yeah. Well,
Great.
there you go. So, all right. This one has really no meaning other than to say it's in Dallas, and I've got to include something in Dallas just to
100%.
jab it
100%.
at you every week. But it is it is a serious
Yeah.
story. So EEOC again, I just wanted to throw this in here. Barber School in Dallas said having two pregnant workers wasn't in its best interest. So we don't even need to go into details here, right? We all know the outcome of what's going to happen here,
Whose
right?
best interest?
Got it. Not in the best interest. Okay, not gonna touch it. Um, that said, it's Dallas, so I
Well,
had
I
to
mean,
bring it up.
if they're using chemicals or if it's something to put them in harm's way, or if the work was
Oh, that's where the Accommodations Act comes into play.
right, right, no, no, exactly, exactly. Like that's just dumb.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just dumb
it-
people doing dumb
yeah.
stuff,
They'll get hammered on it. They'll be,
as they should.
yeah. So that's all. That's all I got on that guy.
All right, let's do some acquisitions. Ready?
Let's do it.
You want to start off with the Bullhorn story?
Yeah, so Bullhorn makes its third acquisition this year
They're
by
hot.
bringing on Kona Search.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I love it. This was a Hunt Scanlon, which is a wonderful website that tracks the
Yep.
staffing industry. This
Very
in
well, by the way.
Yeah, it's very well
Hmm.
actually. This enhances Bullhorn's ability to support executive search firms,
Yeah.
and so they help staffing firms. So, Manpower uses them
Hmm.
as their technology. A lot of people use Bullhorn. Everybody knows that internationally Bullhorn is the player, but I've not seen them ever play in executive search. They might have always been playing. I just haven't
Hmm.
seen it and tracked it as well. But this is solid. This is them in my mind, going and supporting a different type of staffing.
Right.
So, like RPO and executive search and staffing, they all kind of get muddled together at some point, but executive search is its own world. And there's technology that does serve the executive search market,
Hmm.
but I like that Bullhorn is moving in this way. So congratulations to them.
Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal also owns pizza places and entertainment companies and diversify.
Diversify your bonds. Okay, ExecuPay
Yeah.
acquires professional payroll. Company was called Professional Payroll. I I can't. I don't know what to do with that. Anyhow, like when you're naming the company,
Professional
you're like,
payroll
"Oh,
company.
wait a
Oh
minute.
shit, that's the name of the
Oh,
company.
wait a minute. What are we going to call the company?" Well, it's a payroll company.
And we're
Okay.
professional.
And we are definitely professional, and the people we serve are professional. Well, Jimmy, why don't we just call it Professional Payroll? Anyhow, ExecuPay acquires Professional Payroll, expanding its ExecuPay HR software portfolio. So this is on finance.yahoo. So you can read all about this. So it's a payroll roll up. They do payroll.
Right.
They're acquiring another payroll. So it's consolidation in the payroll market. But the real thing that we should be looking at is ExecuPay is owned by a company called Vinsure, Vensure. And Vinsure has completed over 75 acquisitions in the HR tech space.
Ooh,
So what we should be watching
is
is what
venture.
they're doing.
Yeah.
ExecuPay buying or acquiring professional payroll.
Just
That's
another one. Yeah.
that's awesome. But what we
What are
really
these
should be
guys doing?
tracking is venture. Yeah,
Yeah.
what they're doing is, I mean, they're
Oh,
putting all these things together, which is great.
yeah. They're making
So
money is what they're doing.
payroll consolidation.
They are professionally paying people now. All right. Impulse acquires Zipari. I think I'm saying that correctly. So
Mm,
this is a company that helps healthcare providers and insurers connect better with their patients. Okay? Sounds
okay.
boring,
Yep.
but
Yep. Yep.
essentially this is taking away all the fuckery between communication. So emails, think emails, text, all the different apps that are out there, your work platforms, your healthcare platforms, is taking all of that. This is an omni-channel solution.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
Two ways to allow them to receive and communicate, get access to their healthcare records, all of the above. So I like it because this is actually a massive pain point for a lot of people, not just
Right.
companies that are administering this, but just people. It just sucks the process. So
Right.
we'll see where it goes. I don't know much about any company, but hey, they're moving towards the right direction.
I like it. I like it. So let me rattle through three acquisitions that there is a theme. If you take the professional payroll executive pay,
Hmm.
that's a payroll consolidation. This next one is True, the sixth largest executive search firm in the U.S., acquired Paradigm Search, San Francisco-based, kind of a boutique firm.
Hmm.
This is on businesswire.com, so you could take a look at that. But this is executive search consolidation. So this is an example of, okay, the executive search market. What do we got? We got a big fish, got a smaller fish. All right. So the second story is Zealous to acquire employee benefits platform Benify. And this was on pehub.com, which, by the way, pehub.com, wonderful website, keeps track of all the PE action, like all the things that
Hmm.
they're doing, which is really cool. So Zealous plans to combine Benify with its own benefits administration platform, Beneflex, benefits management
Hmm.
software consolidation. So we have payroll consolidation, executive search consolidation, and in this story we have benefits management software consolidation. And then the last one I'd say is Assessio, a talent assessment provider, acquired Wisneo, a fellow talent assessment provider. And this was on Wisneo. I looked at their press release to see kind of how they talked a little bit about it. And it's, again, these are two people doing similar work, and they're both in Europe, um, putting those things together as a talent assessment consolidation.
Mm.
So it's something for us to track for the rest of the year is how many of these are strategics. Like I believe Bullhorn's acquisition which is strategic, and all these others are still great. I mean, when you're acquired, there's a payday, hopefully, if done
Hopefully.
well.
Yeah, not all the
Uh,
time.
th- not all the time, not all the time, but it's consolidation. So the
Right.
market is saying, okay, there's too many of these, squish these together.
All
So
right.
yeah, good stuff. Good to look at. Research, Ryan.
Yeah,
What do we
kick us.
got?
You want me to kick off?
Yeah, let's tell us a little bit about it.
All right. So, the workforce readiness gap. This is by Cornerstone and our friends over at Lighthouse.
Ben
So it's called,
Eubanks.
yeah, Ben Eubanks, right? It's called the workforce readiness gap. So this is, do you feel like training is working for your company? That's
Mm-hmm.
the question, right? So let me read these stats
Okay.
and get your thoughts on this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
89% of employers believe they are providing adequate training and development. 38% of employers agreed with this sentiment. Or
So
39, 38% of employees, sorry.
yeah. So you asked two different groups of people at the company. You ask
Yeah.
them, are we doing good at training? Are we providing
Hmm.
enough training at the workplace? The employers are saying 89% of them are saying, oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, we're doing
Hell
good.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Program is amazing.
Oh my God. It's great. We only 11% they weren't, which is insane. And then you ask the exact same question to the employees and 38%, that's
Hmm.
half of of the people that basically said, no, we
Yeah.
don't have enough of
So
this.
imagine being the head of learning at your company.
I'm trusting the employees.
And then the employee, like you're like, hell yeah, we're amazing. We're doing all this stuff. You did 7 launches this year. You did the whole thing. And then what was it? What did I say? 13%,
Hmm.
38% of the employees actually think you did a good job.
Yeah, but
You
that's
get
a
to keep
terrible
your
number.
job? Like,
Yeah, that's a terrible number.
yeah.
Well, and because you and I went to Cornerstone Connect this summer,
Mm-hmm.
they're all about workforce
Agility.
agility.
Yeah.
So we could have a problem in defining what is training and towards what end. It could be a terms discussion, but
Mm,
the delta between 89% and
mm.
38% is
Yeah,
it's
that sounds
too
like
large.
justification. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
just
100%.
defining it differently.
100%,
No,
100%.
no,
No,
no.
that's definitely a rationalization.
That means you need to go get a new job and we need to bring somebody else in. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let me pitch this one to you. All right, the politics of dancing. Enhance V uncovers the conflict caused by discussing politics at work. It's
Mm.
at Enhance V, so that's ENHANCV.com. You can take a look at their research. So, a lot of people ask me, did you watch the debate? And my answer is, fuck no. Not only did I not watch it, I don't care. Um, I, it's one of those bits. Every presidential election, I kind of get to this place about this time in the year. I'll care a little bit more about it in late October, but at this point in the year, I'm like, I'm beaten. I'm just beaten with all the TV and all the
Hmm.
ads and everything else, and so I'm like, I just don't care. I do
Yeah.
care. I just don't care at this particular moment. So this is both simultaneously. The stats are going to be simultaneously funny and not funny. So let me give you three stats. 34% of Gen Z employees lie about their political beliefs to avoid workplace conflict.
That's much higher.
100%.
I'm going
100%.
85%.
100%. I'm not telling you shit.
Hmm.
So or I'll just go along. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
like Trump? Oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why am I going to fight you on this? Second stat, Gen Z is 10 times more likely to have been disciplined by baby boomers. I
Hmm.
let that just sink in for a second. So baby
Disciplined by baby boomers.
be about politics at work.
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's because your parents always said don't discuss politics at work,
that's right.
and today it's
Separation.
very different. Yeah.
So third thing, the most controversial topics to discuss at work overall are presidential candidates, abortion, and LGBTQ rights. Okay, so like
Hmm.
fair. Okay, but for Hispanic workers, the top three are presidential candidates, check, gun control, okay,
Hmm.
and racial equality. Like
Hmm.
presidential candidates tracks, racial equality tracks, gun control doesn't track for me. And not only that is where is immigration like for
Yeah.
Hispanic workers? Wouldn't that be something that they care about?
Yeah.
Evidently not, according to
Well,
this survey.
everything listed there, those are all divisive
That's right. They're
topics.
the culture wars. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's not many of these topics where you're kind of like middle of the road,
Right.
right? You're either for LGBTQ rights or you're not.
Right.
You can't be like, well, for
Ish.
some things I'm good. Abortion, it depends. Like these are divisive topics. So
Yeah.
if
The
you're gonna,
LGBT, yes. The Q,
yeah,
you lost me at Q.
you,
Sorry.
you need to have a stance on this. And we've said this even
Hmm.
to in the space with vendors, like
Yeah.
have a stance, like not on this stuff, but like pick a lane.
Yeah.
Have a stance on a topic and stay firm to it. Don't
Right.
pander to the people. These are those. This is one of those things. Like you just have a stance. You either are or you're not,
Yeah.
and employers all want that.
Gun control threw me off. I can see that in Texas.
Hmm.
Like we did this just in Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah, this would definitely it would be presidential candidates. Well, actually, it'd be
yeah,
gun control, presidential
and gun
candidates,
control.
and immigration.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
That'd be the things that there's that would be discussed at work. But
yeah.
anyhow, the 34% of Gen Z employees lie about their political
No,
beliefs to avoid that number.
way higher,
Oh my God, it's
way
almost like
higher.
100% in my
Mm-hmm.
mind.
100%. All right, what else you got here?
Let's see here. Layoffs are stressful for employees, particularly when they occur around the holiday season.
No
Get your,
shit.
get your popcorn ready. So, resumetemplates.com, wonderful stats. They're terrifying. Of course, when I say wonderful, I
Yeah.
mean terrifying.
But can we just discuss that title real quick? Layoffs are stressful around the holidays.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Basic. Yeah.
I hope they
Yeah.
didn't pay somebody for this.
Yeah. They did. Somebody got
Jesus.
paid to type
We should
that.
just gather all the survey titles that are out there and just not even read the research. Let's just give
Yeah.
our thoughts on it and then compare our
just
thoughts to
just judge the
throw it in the
title.
chat GP. Yeah, judge the title, give our own stats, like seriously make up our own stats, and then throw ours in the GPT and
Mm-hmm.
theirs and see where the crossover is and how different
100%.
they are. We're going to
100%.
be relatively the same because it's common
All right,
sense.
so let me give you. I wonder if the election will change this for better or for worse in terms of the layoffs, the impending layoffs. So let's look
Mm.
at the numbers. 72% of companies plan to change. 72% of companies have a plan to have a round of layoffs before the end of the year.
Mm.
That's a pretty high number.
That is
Uh,
very high. That
that's a
seems really high.
It's a scary. That's scary high, actually. Now it's September. We still have ish. We still have, let's say, 3.5 months. Can things change? November's and the elections in November. Okay, will things change after that? I don't know, but
Mm.
let's take a look at that. Second point: performance management is the top reason for layoffs. Which again, if you're reducing headcount, okay, that's one thing. Are you
Hmm.
reducing headcount because you just overstaffed?
Yeah.
Okay, is that the bit? Like I can, that's almost you can almost understand it. We overhired. We thought we would be in a different
Hmm.
place. We overhired. But if it's performance management, that's different to me. And then the last bit is the majority of companies will give retained employees year-end bonuses. So,
Mm.
so let that sink in.
Oh.
72% of the companies plan to do a round of layoffs. Okay, fuck y'all.
We're going to use the
And
money we save and pay these people.
that's exactly what
Hmm.
I thought. That's exactly what I thought when I
I
read it.
mean,
I'm
look,
like,
if I'm one of those people getting paid,
eh,
I'm sorry, but
sorry, Sally. Sucks to be you.
hmm, yeah,
I got a bonus.
Yeah.
I'm going to I'm going to Bali. Anyhow, layoffs. Kidding aside, layoffs suck.
Sure they
Totally get
do.
it.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, I just reading those things together. It's like, okay, performance management.
Yeah.
Okay, that's scary. 72% of the companies. That's a hell of a
Hmm.
lot. And then they're going to keep that money and
And
give
pay
it
other
to the
people.
people that they can.
Yeah. So I want to go back real quick.
Sure.
I don't I don't know if I agree fully with layoffs suck for everybody
Oh, no,
because
no,
there's a
no, no.
lot of people on the brink of like I really don't want to be here,
Yeah, you
and now
suck.
the decision's been made. They just can't make that decision. Finding the new job is what sucks.
100%.
It's the layoff could be a smack in the face. Like, whoa, okay, I'm not as important as I thought. Got
Right.
it. Get over when you get over that, finding the job, the stress of finding the job and feeling lost
Well, and this would
after 20
be,
years at a
if
company.
it's performance management, it wouldn't be a riff.
Well, if it's
So that a
performance
reduction
management,
of,
no.
it's, yeah,
Yeah,
it's you weren't doing your job. You weren't
right.
good at your job. So that's even,
Yeah.
that's a hammer
Which,
to the head.
yeah, at which point you're gonna have trouble finding
Right.
a
Right.
job.
Yeah. Turns out, don't suck.
LA is a good one. So, all right, we got some funding
Let's do it.
to talk
Money, money,
about.
money,
So I'm
money.
gonna butcher this name possibly. Just Monday, Monday, just Monday,
Just Monday.
just Monday, just Monday. Ah, there we
Just
go.
Monday.
Just Monday.
Who's Monday?
So they raised $22 million Series B.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a German-based company.
Mm-hmm.
And they're using this to expand their AI-driven legal platform
Oh, that's
globally.
cool. Yeah,
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 so
yeah.
this is an AI-driven or legal platform. So this is, and I thought about like, is it really important? Is it? Is it not? And I
100%.
and I kind of think it is, right? So this is, I think, particularly relevant to HR and TA because, or for global companies that deal with international legal complexities.
Yeah.
Helps him obviously for the obvious reason, right? Streamline communications, being decisive, making decisions, collaborations amongst different legal teams across different countries, right? U.S. doesn't necessarily know what's going on in Iraq, like it's all very different.
Right.
So this gets us one step closer to working together in the organizations.
I wonder if this impacts legal fees. So my gut tells
Mm-hmm.
me if you're using AI to then draft, let's say, um, partnership agreement,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it drafts it. I mean, you and I have done this bit in Chat GPT,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden there's you've got a partnership agreement, and you made this minor editing that basically a pre-law person can
Mm-hmm.
work through. Are you still charging out at $600 an hour?
I think for now, yes. I think for
Uh,
now that remains because it still takes intelligence to work with the system
yeah.
to get
Okay.
what you need. And then it does has to be reviewed, right? You're still going to want that legal review and not
Yeah.
the trust. And maybe at some point it gets to the point of, yeah, this doesn't need to be reviewed up until it does.
Well, we're not paying lawyers. And this has been going on for years. We don't pay lawyers to start with a blank screen,
No, of course not.
right? There's
Mm-hmm.
templates on
Mm-hmm.
everything that's out there. So there's templates that they work with, and that's been going on for now. These
Yeah.
templates are in ChatGPT, or in this case,
Yeah.
their own AI platform, their own
Yeah.
large language model platform, and they're just going to have that there.
Yeah.
So it's going to happen quicker.
Yeah, yeah, and
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 so,
I think there'll be, if they're checking precedent or they're checking previous cases to ensure, continuity, all that stuff. I think it's, I mean,
I,
up until the point where it's wrong,
right.
you're gonna want to pay that lawyer.
See, I think that this is going to impact lawyers like medical insurance impact doctors. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually think that AI is horrible for lawyers.
Mm.
And we'll see in time, we'll see less people going into the legal profession
Yeah. Well,
because they're not going to get paid.
we always
Because
said the world can use less lawyers.
now we found a way. Thanks, AI. Appreciate you. So
Peace.
Glean
Oh, yeah.
raises over 260 million at a 4.6 billion valuation and launches next generation prompting to
Hmm.
to accelerate its vision Work AI for All. This is at glean.com, so you can go take a look at it. Now, for our regular listeners, Glean might sound familiar.
Yeah.
We reported that Glean raised $200 million at a 2.2 valuation
Yeah.
in early March. So 6 months later, 6 months later, they've raised another 260 and they've doubled their valuation. That's, first of
Yeah.
all, so it's just full stop. That's amazing. Good for them. That's a lot of money. And that's not all the money that they've raised. I mean, that's just
Hmm.
200 or 460 million of the money that they've raised. They've raised other money, but their valuation is huge. So congrats
The
to
funny
them.
part is they haven't sold a product. They haven't made a dollar. No, I'm just kidding.
They've shipped no software, but they've got offices in 180 countries. What?
Yeah, yeah,
But congratulations to Glean.
yeah.
Seriously,
Oh,
good.
absolutely. And we'll stick with that because there's going to be more.
Oh yeah. Okay, finally, that's actually the name of the company. Finally,
Yeah, finally, we're done. We're done. Peace.
yeah, an AI-powered all-in-one finance and HR suite raised 50 million Series B funding and 150 million in credit facility. So this is on TechCrunch. So you go there and take a look at that. Finally, I think it's Miami based. I'm pretty sure it's Miami based. They focus on the SMB market, and I think they'll eventually get acquired by SAP, Oracle, Workday, somebody like that for a down market play. So first of all, congrats on the 50 million on a Series B. That's a hefty
Hmm.
Series B. So congrats. Not easy. 150 million in credit. Congratulations on that as well.
Yep.
But I think this is a play that eventually will get gobbled up as a down market, as the SMB solution for another company.
Very nice.
There you go.
All right, we have a $25 million Series A with Ambit.
What?
Ambit? Is that how you say it? Ambit.
Yeah.
Found this on FinSme's. So they took 25 million to improve how businesses manage and protect their automated systems. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we reported on these guys previously. But there was another company I can't think of it right now that does a very similar thing.
Right.
Um, and so, just to be clear on how does this affect HR? Because it's not, this is not just information and security.
Right.
So, for HR departments, this matters because many HR tools they integrate with a ton of stuff, right?
Right.
A lot of cloud-based
Sensitive data.
services, yeah,
Yeah.
payroll, sensitive data stuff, payroll, recruiting systems, benefit systems. So these integrations all involve everything is automated, automated scripts or bots exchanging the data back and forth. This is where Ambit comes in. They help
Hmm.
secure all of these, what we call
I love that.
non-human identities. I can't think of the name of that company. It'll come to me. But these are all the non-human identities that are
Yeah.
going across all of these systems. So specifically in HR and talent acquisition, these guys are baked into a lot of the process that we leverage. That we just
We'll
you'll
see
never
more
see
of
them, but
we'll
they're
see
there.
more of these types of plays because security and privacy is just
Yeah,
with all the AI hacks.
yeah,
We know that
uh-huh.
AI and Gen
Yeah,
AI is going to create more hacks, more
yeah,
data breaches, and all that stuff.
yeah.
We're going
Well,
to see
when we
more of
when we
this.
release the one of the upcoming episodes, y'all gonna not gonna go to sleep.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
like when I
Good
saw this
God.
story, this was the one I was just like,
God.
what?
Terrified. Not
Yeah,
going to
like
be able to go to bed tonight.
yeah.
Thanks.
So, but yeah, more to
All
come
right.
on that.
Payroll startup, Circle, that's Cercil, inks
What did you call
four,
it? Circle?
Circle.
Circle?
Well,
Circly.
what
I would
else?
have said Circly.
Okay, do Circly. There you go.
Circly. Either way.
Yeah, do that. So it is Cercli. So yeah, Circly.
Circly.
What's octopi, octopus, whatever. So they brought in $4 million to build the rippling of the middle for the Middle East and North Africa.
Ooh.
This is on TechCrunch. I love this.
Yeah.
Now that we know their name, Circly, I love this because there's a lot of action in Africa.
Yeah,
in the
you
Middle
brought a
East.
couple up the last couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just some cool action going on there. I love to see that. And Middle East is an underserved market as well.
Hmm.
So I love seeing, because what you really want is HR literacy to increase.
Right.
But you got to have HR, you got to have technology, you got policies and
Yeah.
procedures and process and all that other stuff, but you need software at some point to help you. So good for them, good for them specifically, but good for the areas.
Yeah. No, 100%. All right, final funding for the day.
Do it.
ASUP raises 22.5
I love that
million
name.
in a Series A. Yeah, I do like that name. It is a good
Yeah.
name. What I don't like about
Oh,
this,
okay.
let me read you this tagline.
Huh?
The AI-powered human-centric team transformation engine. Right? Like, I mean, I'd love to talk to these guys and figure out like what all that means and not dogging anybody's
that's
work. That's
that's just
really hard to
gibberish.
come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel genuine to me. It
The,
feels like this is worse than buzzword bingo for me. But anyway,
well, they got it out of Chat GPT.
yeah, that's pretty funny. The AI powered human centric team transformation engine. Basically, they help
that
companies provide personalized leadership and employee coaching, team
that's cool.
building, change, leadership growth. So that's the important part of this. They're going to
Right.
accelerate all of this.
That's cool.
But I think if they skip that tagline and just get to the
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they
yeah.
do,
Yeah.
it'd be much better because my gut's going to say when their sales team talks to somebody and they say that line, you lost me at the like it's gone. So
Yeah, the transformation engine is cool. Like I got okay, transformation engine. Like okay, tell me more a little bit more about that. But
right,
AI powered, no one cares.
yeah,
Human centric, okay. Well, as you
yeah,
would be like what number centric,
yeah,
okay. So that doesn't
yeah.
but transformation engine. I think there's something
There's
there.
something there. Yeah,
But ASAP, you could tie it back up to ASAP. Like,
yeah,
what are we trying to do with ASAP?
yeah.
But anyhow, naming a company is not easy. So
No, 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 and not dogging because somebody
no,
worked on that and that's hard. It just was
100%.
confusing to me. But what they're doing, I think, is very important. So
Yeah,
congratulations on the
yeah.
funding, and maybe we'll get to talk with them and see what's going on.
Professional payroll.
But you know what? Professional payroll. But you know what this means?
Hmm. What does this mean?
We're done.
We've done our job.
We're done. It's
We
time
are.
to go eat some chicken wings, watch some football, and do our thing. So, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Like, love, subscribe, all that jazzy stuff anywhere you listen to and find your podcast. If you see us at HR Tech, come by, say
Holla!
hello, and then we'll also be at Indeed Future Works later in the week. So if you're
And
there,
I
we
solve
will
Connect a week later.
and iSolve Connect a week later. So if you're there at any of those, please stop on by,
Please.
say hello. That's it. We're gone. Peace.